Louisiana beer reviews, recorded at Mathern Supermarket, La Place, Louisiana. Today we're looking at Rogue American Amber Ale. Well, I was trying to find out when it was introduced, but they don't really say on the website. I do know their first award was '94, so it must have been in the early '90s, mid '90s. It's from Oregon. It's of some indeterminate alcohol. Rate beer saying 5.1, Beer Advocate 5.6. I know it's 53 international bitterness units. It says that on the bottle and says that on the website. They use C40, C150, 2 Rogue Farms Dare and Risk trademark malts, Rebel hops, and their house yeast and natural water. It's a very free-range water. So gets a very good score on Beer Advocate. Oddly, the bros haven't reviewed it. I noticed that a lot on Beer Advocate. Common beers like Schlitz, the bros have reviewed it. Something like this, which is a fairly common craft beer, they haven't looked at it. 98 out of 100 on rate beer, 98 out of 100, 90 out of 100 for the style. So I've never had this one. Let's check it out. I've had some Rogue beers. I have a little taste. Okay. It would be a thicker head in a taller glass, but we're not drinking the beer, of course, we're just tasting it. Thin, cream-colored head, I guess you'd say, in a pretty hazy copper appearance or amber appearance, because I cannot see through it. So it is not particularly filtered. If you look behind me, I have some of the other Rogue beers, the very common Dead Guy Ale, which I rated an A. This one, Real India Pale Ale, so on. They were supposed to have the Mocha Porter here, but that's sold out. They had some yesterday, so it's selling pretty fast. I just put this Creek Lambic up here just to show you they have these lambics here, different flavors from Lindemans. Morimoto Soba Ale. Need to get some more double chocolate stout, and so on. Alright, big selection here. I noticed these are selling down. The Budweiser bottle-shaped cans. Now the Bud Light are twist caps, but the Budweiser is a pry cap, as I found out last week. Okay. It's ready, sweet, little syrupy, like and bread crust. I mean, I've heard criticism over the last week, people saying these beer reviewers, they'll just say the same thing for each beer and then they'll add what's unique about that particular beer. Well, that makes sense because there's so many commonalities for beer and certain commonalities for a style, so it's understandable that people would keep saying bread crust, syrupiness, some light fruit, etc., because it's not going to be that much of a range. Okay, you can get the 53 IBUs right off the bat, but you got the breadiness, like I say, that little syrupiness, a slight fruitiness, but it's not pronounced. You get the hop resin. It's coming right in there with these hops. 53 IBUs are noticeable, but they're not harsh. And the mouthfeel is medium, a little slick, a little bit. And the finish is mostly dry, but not real dry, but mostly dry. Another commonality for beer, if you'll notice. Mostly dry. And it's easygoing and it's refreshing. Another commonality. I think I prefer the Dead Guy Ale. And the Dead Guy Ale sort of reminds me of the Boston, I say sort of reminds me of the Boston Brewing Company Samuel Adams Boston Ale. But this is pretty good. It's won many awards, I'll say that. But you got Beer Advocate saying it's very good, like a B+. And you've got Great Beer saying it's 98, like world class. I'm more inclined to say it's like Beer Advocate. Very good. A very good beer. But I'm not gonna jump up to say excellent. I'm not overly thrilled with how the hops and that lemony, sort of lemony, maybe some other type of citrus aspect is interacting with the malt. Could be a West Coast thing, you know, but anyway, the B+ is good, very good, so it's certainly worth checking out. There's no argument there. It is curious there, you know, Rogue's iconography is a little unusual. You've got the people making the salute, the clenched fist salute, although I noticed they use their left hand. You got the red star, sort of, you know, you got the gear, which is sort of a revolutionary international socialist thing. It makes you wonder if, what is, you know, is it just something to be cute, or is there something that, like, does this represent their mindset? I noticed a lot of beers will have the international socialists or even communists iconography, and it's considered cute or clever. But like I've remarked in the past, I don't know how clever or cute it would be if you had National Socialist, you know, iconography from Germany. My general opinion is that it's really kind of not good to have all of this totalitarian stuff on labels. Like someone remarked last week, what does this have to do with beer? That's a good question. What does it have to do with beer? Anyway, nothing really, but it has something to do with something else, right? So anyway, laissez bon ton roulé. This is all I'm going to drink here. I mean, this is all I'm going to taste here. This is a very good beer, and I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all come on down to Mathern's. They're about to get replenished with a lot of interesting things. And check out their interesting and large beer selection.